Alright, welcome to my channel. I'm going to keep this short and sweet for you guys. All my specs are going to be in the description if you guys want to check everything out for what I'm running in my PC build specifically. I'm going to go over some of my graphic settings really quick just so you can get a better understanding of what's going on here. So I've got a 4080. My CPU is a Ryzen 7 7700X. I'm not running anything too crazy for my graphic settings. I've got most of everything on low, but texture resolution is on normal, anisotropic is on normal, and then the nearby and distant level of detail is on high, and then everything else is pretty much just going to be on low or very low here, just to get the maximum amount of FPS possible for everything else. But since this is a higher end PC, I want to be able to get some really good frames as well as making my game look as best as possible. And I feel like this is a pretty good balance of everything to be able to meet those requirements. So I'm running Fidelity FX Cast, 95 on the strength, makes the game look pretty good. And then I'm running Filmic SMA2 T2X, and then the anti-aliasing quality on high. I've tried ultra quality, but for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but the update that just came out when I was running ultra quality, I had a couple little stutterings going on. And then I changed it on high and it seemed to maybe fix it. I'm not sure if that's the exact reason or what was going on. Maybe I just got in a couple bad lobbies, but yeah, if you want more FPS, put it on this. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and run through a benchmark and get you all the information there. And then I'll take you into multiplayer and then Warzone, and we'll get a couple ideas of what's going on there. So let me go ahead and run this. Okay, so here on the right side you can see everything with a lot of the specs on my PC. So I don't know why I was blanking on the name of my CPU earlier, but it is the 7700X. My 4080s right here. Temperature is at 53, which is fine. I'm not using a lot of VRAM, which is good. I've tried a whole bunch of different settings. Like I said, I can get these average FPS rates a lot higher than what I have right now. And I can get the bottleneck to be a lot closer to 50-50, but I am just running everything as it is right here because it feels very smooth in Warzone. And I'm still getting high frames and the game looks amazing. So you can see the average FPS rates here, and these right now are reflecting what I'm running with Fidelity FX Cast and then Filmic. If you change those settings around to some of the other ones, these would be a lot higher, lower. This is normally a lot higher, but I have my texture and everything on normal and my detail levels on high. So this is going to run a lot lower, but the game looks very, very good. And I'm still getting really high frames. So I'll take you into multiplayer first and show you what kind of frames I'm running in there. Okay, so in shipment there's going to be a whole bunch of, I mean, if you've played, you're going to know, but there's a whole bunch of flashes, whole bunch of grenades, whole bunch of stuff going on your screen. But for the most part with these settings, they're not really made for pure FPS. I'm still getting, you know, between 225 and 250 FPS consistent without you know, any major drop-offs or anything crazy going on. And I even hit the 250 mark, which is what my my settings are maxed at, 250. So I mean, it runs very smooth on multiplayer. There's no stuttering, nothing, and I'm getting absolute max frames that you can possibly get. And like I said, I'm not even running my settings to be purely FPS. I have really good graphic settings going right now. I'm gonna hop into a Warzone match and give you an idea of what you can be looking like on there. Something to keep in mind is every part of the map is going to give you a bunch of different FPSs. So like right here is not super graphically intense, and I'm getting in between like 155, 160 to 180, depending on what's going on, depending on what I'm looking at, depending on things happening on the map that require your system to run harder to be able to pick up FPS. I really average about I'd say I average about 165 in Warzone, which in my opinion is really good. And again, I have a bunch of my settings that really affect FPS hard to run at higher graphics settings, so my game looks more visually appealing. So keep in mind, looking at the number on the top left, if I changed a couple of the settings around, that number would be a lot higher. I could probably average about 180, which in Warzone is very, very good, especially right now with how the game is. So I'm just gonna try to do a couple things, get a couple kills. I'll get into the gulag and show you what I can run in there. Okay, I just started this game with a quick 4 kills, and I don't even have my headset on. And the gulag gets very good FPS too. It's pretty much just like multiplayer, where I get in between like 200 and like 240 FPS depending on what's happening on the screen, which is pretty good. The gulag runs very smooth. It's not very graphically intense. This city is kind of graphically intense. I think you just saw me hit like 148. If you go more into the mountains and everything, I will be getting upwards of like 190, 195 at times even in Warzone, which is very good. Okay, so yeah, now we're in the gulag. You can see I'm getting, at times high 230. I think it just said 237, 239 FPS. And now we're literally fighting, and I'm hitting almost 250 FPS. I think it just hit 247. So it's very consistent. Okay, we just versed the worst kids in the lobby, but hopefully that gave you a pretty good idea of what you can expect from this setup. The graphics card, not the graphics card, the graphics card that I have is very, very, very good. It's very fast. It is capable to run at a lot higher FPS than this, but I have it paired with a CPU that is more built for multitasking and streaming and stuff like that. It's not a complete gaming processor. So there's a bunch of other ones. I think the Ryzen 5800X 3D is what it's called. That will get you probably about 20 to 30 more FPS in every situation, more than what I'm getting right now with this setup. But if you're kind of looking for something where you can have a ton of tabs open, be streaming, recording, and it doesn't affect your FPS at all in game, this is a very good setup that you can run, and it works very well. So yeah, thanks for watching. Subscribe, check out some of my shorts, and I will see you in the next video.